Hello, everyone. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time you will be joining. So lovely to be back with unexpected live show. I want to say thank you to Angela for requesting this video. Even though her request was a little bit different, she was asking a question how um, truly feminine women date, how do they position themselves in relationships. And I thought we're going to make this video how to define if you are truly um, dating a or getting to know a feminine woman, because right now with all the movements, with all the feminist agenda and all of this stuff, I can imagine that most men have a mess in their head, and they're trying to find some peace. They're trying to find a place where they can feel, so they can finally take their gear armor off and relax and enjoy. So I want this channel to be a place for those of you who follow me from MGTOW channels. I do have a message for you too. Why don't you follow who you follow and leave my channel alone? This channel is for those people who are looking to create something beautiful in these weird times. This is a channel for those people who do not take example from those people who had failed in their relationships. And the last but not the least, if you do not believe that women worth it, if you going your own way, why don't you go your own way instead of bashing women all day on the internet? This is what I do understand, that some men do not want to deal with women. That's a choice. But if you have that choice, why would you spend hours of your day to try to justify your choice to everybody else? Aren't you supposed to be having fun? If you don't like women, you probably wouldn't be talking about them. So go and have fun, and we will have fun over here. Welcome, everyone. Well, I am glad to have new subscribers, and once in a while I watch some manosphere videos. I'm trying to understand where men are coming from as well. But honestly, the level of negativity on those channels give me anxiety, because of course they mostly looking at women who are kind of extreme, women who are um who have very low standards, and the women who are just, did not have a good mentor, did not get the culture, do not know how to appreciate themselves, and they unfortunately getting themselves in a lot of trouble. So that's usually the discussion on men's channels. But I have to say, some of their stuff is logical and makes sense. I do not support the hookup culture and the modern culture, but this channel, I hope, will be more positive. In this channel, I hope will give some inspiration to pursue what you truly want. Nobody can tell you what you want. You gotta decide for yourself. But once you decided, it doesn't make any sense to try to convince other people why you have decided. That's your choice, and once again, go and have a lot of fun, live your life. So welcome. This is just my word to say hello and to welcome. Hi, everybody. Oh, hello, Lance, good to see you. Hi, Marco, or Mark, like I call you. Hey, James, good to see you, James. Emilio, hello. Hello, Steven. Hello, Bill777, and everybody else. So today's topic is how to tell if you truly dating a very feminine woman. I know that all of the men, masculine men, men who are leaders, men who achieve something in this life, whether they are going somewhere abroad or they are dating domestically or they considering both, generally are looking to be with somebody feminine, with somebody, hopefully with a woman who is feminine, who will complement them and makes their life uh, just add beautiful feminine touch to their life. Now we have to remember, of course, we are not living in 1950s, even though some of us trying to live as it is 1950s. Of course, I'm going to get some acknowledgments of difference of times, right? And let's have a fun discussion. Everybody is welcome to contribute. And thank you, so good to see you all. Man, I'm telling you, the level of negativity is so extremely high. We absolutely need to not only point fingers at each other, but we need to create solutions. We need to create ideas. How will we get along? And also, we need to understand um, how to make the right choice, because sometimes when you meet somebody, you have the obsession, you have all kinds of emotions, it's hard to see through. And it's hard to see through through that. So we are here to know better and to being inspired by the positive examples rather than go into the rabbit hole with all the negativity. Yeah, exactly. When you point your finger, you got four fingers pointing back at you. I'm gonna comment on this too. On many of the men's channel, men are truly bashing, women who, modern women, women who sleep around, women who are in the clubs, women who just don't have um, their life together. But I have a question to them. How is that you bashing them, yet you are teaching men to not commit and basically run through those women? That's my question to you. So you are bashing these women for not having committed relationships, for not having, for not being stable, yet you spend all the hours in the day to teach men to be exact men that will do these horrible things and will manipulate and hurt those women. So it does not make any sense to me. If you support the hookup culture, then just say that you do. But you cannot bash for the same behavior. You cannot uh, praise it in men and judge it in women. We are not living in 1920s or 1940s. It's a global problem, right? That's why feminine women are so highly sought after, and when men nowadays finding a truly genuine feminine woman, they are ready to do just about anything to have that woman long term in their life. No matter how many channels you will create, men would always look for high quality whole package, like you say in the United States, lady. Okay, unless they are gay or they have big psychological problems. Most men want to have some kind of legacy. They want to have somebody to be on their team, right? But that's for another video. So in this video, once again, we're going to talk about this. How do truly feminine women date? How is that, is there any true difference? Um, well, first of all, they drink the tea when they come to the date. They come with their own tea. No, I'm just joking. First of all, truly feminine women let the men to take the lead. They are not out there on the websites checking out. I mean, it's 2021. They could be on some social media or website, but their presence is very limited, very elegant, very classy. They do not first of all, they do not use social media to share very personal things. They do not use social media for things that you should only write in your journal or your diary or talk about with your psychiatrist. They do not do that. They keep very intimate things to themselves, but they are open to an opportunity to meet somebody through social media, so they or even dating websites, but they keep their presence very classy. There is no provocative pictures, there is no oversharing, over posting. In fact, um, they are very selective of who they follow, what they do, and you can just tell that. You can just tell that they have more in their lives than their online presence. So they could meet somebody from any resource or any source, especially with the current situation in 2020, that some would continue continue to 2021. So, but what is the difference? Feminine, truly feminine women do not chase after men. Even if they see, even if they see the man who truly is very attractive to them, the man that they just have instant attraction, whether it's in physical, real world or virtual world, they will not be chasing that man. They will not be, liking his posts, or they will not be coming in a real life and asking for for his number. They make appear to be seen, but their presence would be very elegant. They may give a sign that they're open for a conversation, but they would not be the ones chasing you. And so many of my clients who dating internationally, or even locally, actually, even domestically, United States, get carried away because women reaching out to them and say, "Oh, I read your profile. You sound amazing. Yeah, you're my kind of guy. I really want to get to know you." When this happens, you have to be aware that things that's a major red flag, because even if the woman was checking out your profile, she's not going to admit that. Number one, she will not have all the salesman speech. She may find an excuse to say hello if she really somehow she singled you out. Somehow you just, you maybe made some really incredible statement or something new that really she paid attention, but it will be something very short, basically just a little invitation for you to approach them. But then they stop. They do not write you again. They do not write you long letters. And Lance, they do not tell you that they are yours a dream, right? They do not consider uh, anything else or presume anything else, and uh, they do not show initiative in pursuing you. That is very, very important. They are not the ones asking questions, pursuing you, texting, calling you. They are not the ones. When the women do that, it could be flattering to you, especially if you're just, a regular Joe, what they say, just a normal guy. It could be very flattering to you. You may be thinking, "Oh, this is awesome. Oh my God, look at her. She has this cute dress and she appears so beautiful and feminine and pretty. Oh my God, my life is about to change." But don't get carried away, because if she is truly feminine, she will not be the one pursuing you and telling you things you want to hear. Right, Lance? I'm kind of I'm selling you out, my friend, but just because I know you wouldn't mind. We had spoken about the experience like that, and once again, um, it would be nice if ladies would actually do that, probably, right? But the thing is, women who approach you, um they are not the women usually that you want, because if they're not a scammer, they are usually the woman that you would not approach or be interested in. Or if she is what you who you want to see, who you are attracted to, that is probably a scammer, because it's not in our nature to take the lead. It's really not. I don't care that it's 2021. I'm glad I have my tea, guys. So hopefully I will not lose my voice. Let me read some of your messages. Hello, Leos. Thank you. Thank you, James. Nice to see you too. Professions through projections. Yeah, they basically tell you the things you want to hear. They chase you. They show you initiative. They really very active, and especially once again, whether you are an average, just normal average person, or you are maybe somebody known, it doesn't matter. They once again they would try to um get noticed, but not in such a way when they need to chase you. um yes, I am having my delicious tea this evening. Thank you, Leo. Yes, thank you, guys. Yes, yes, yes. So Lance saying they all say that up front, big red flag. So a lot of men who are working with me, who I consult to try to them to understand how the woman feels about them, a lot of them tell me, Veronica, you don't understand. We connect. We just so close together. We talk for hours, and she keeps writing me. She's sending me videos and messages and all of that. And you know what? She also told me the other night. She told me, I'm yours. I consider myself your fiance, and yeah, I love you. That is this flag is bigger than all the flag in communist China and Russia combined. When she tells you that, okay? When she tells you that she loves you and you just met her, or maybe you had never met her in a real life, maybe you had never met her in a real life, and she tells you, oh my God, I love you, first of all, you can barely get that from the woman that actually is with you and that actually does love you. This is in Slavic culture. We're gonna have some Slavic insights tonight. We don't tell men that we love them every day, all day. We just don't. When we say this, it means it doesn't come easy, and it's full of meaning, and it has to be a special moment, and God knows what else, right? Especially for the first time, for the, it's just really special. But we let men express their feelings, and if it's pleasant to us, we keep on with them. If there is a chance one day for us to feel the same, we'll go with that. Also, if we already feel this way, we do not always say it, right? But the difference with feminine women, we actually do not fall in love that fast. We let the man show us who he really is. We are not trying to tell him, you need to do this in order to have me. No. We take our time, feminine ladies take their time to observe your behavior. What is that you actually do? How do you take care of things? How do you act in a crisis? um that is very, very important. That is a crucial thing. Life will throw tests at you at random times. You never know when they're going to be a test, when there's going to be some critical situation. Life is full of it. Just look at this past last year. It's complete madness, right? So feminine women who are, let's say, getting to know you or in relationship with you, will take their time to get to know you and observe you. How do you take care of things? How do you act in critical situations? How do you handle them. They will not try to tell you, what men should do or what you need to do. Feminine woman or any woman in general cannot really teach you how to be a man, just as man cannot really give you a femininity class unless he's gay or something like that. Even then it's kind of difficult. So, but she will observe the things, the way you approach things, the way you make things happen, and then she will make your mind. She does not fall in love head over heels because she doesn't choose a man because he's hot, because he has abs, because he has 5,000 likes, because other girls want him. She wants a man who will be more interested in her, not only in her looks, appearance, and such, but in her, who is definitely attracted to her as a woman, that wants her as a woman, of course, but somebody who is willing to be there, show their protection, take the lead without making a big deal. She just wants to observe it. So guys, if the woman let you court her, she is giving you the chance. It doesn't not mean that she will choose you, and that's your right. That's a big choice to make, right? Most of my audience is pretty mature right now. It's I think 25 to 43 or something like that currently. But so usually at this time you just, you want to have some stability. You want to, you kind of ready for some grown up relationships, right? So when you make these choices, you take your time. So once again, just because you bought the lottery ticket, it does not mean you are going to win the lottery. This is for the man to realize that yes, you can court her, she can give you an opportunity, but it doesn't mean that you automatically she's assigned to you. Just because you are head over heels over her, it doesn't mean that she feels the same way about you, or that the way you are showing up is acceptable to her. She may or may not tell you certain things. You can have, if you have the courage to have a conversation with her to understand where do you stand for her, but I would not recommend doing it very soon. You got to give it some time. But anyway, long story short, even if you are in, if she is into you, she is not going to write you these crazy love letters. She's not going to be calling you, she's not going to be texting you, she's not going to be trying to get through, like a fan to see the star, like to see the, oh my god, are you there? She's not going to be doing all these things. She's not going to be throwing and worrying and being jealous. She just will observe, and as you will gain her trust, she will have more and more warmth and feelings toward you. Those relationships that start with passion, they usually just, how that goes. Sometimes you meet somebody and the level of chemistry, the passion is almost unbearable. I would be first to admit, to say that this is, you should experience this at least once in your life, or maybe twice. It's not always the best choice for many years to come, because when you have all these endorphins and sexual desire, think. You cannot think clearly, not you, not her. And this is the, nature trap to make us addicted to each other, and basically to create a new life. Because as I mentioned before, the forces of nature, they don't care about, the mortgage payments, the car insurance, the house you live in, your career, whether you're ready to procreate. The nature's idea to get you two together, and boom, new life is conceived. That's all it cares about, right? So we are not talking today about extreme passion, super quick relationship, because 9 out of 10, or maybe 8, 9 out of 10, when you have the crazy passion, it's incredible drug for your mind, body, and soul. I hope everybody felt it at least once. It's most divine experience, but usually it's very short. It's can bring a lot of pain, and usually doesn't last long. So today we're talking about long term. So she is not chasing you, she's not initiating, she's not telling you a lot, she is not bossing you around. She is observing, and she may tell you that the way you handling things, or I mean, she probably will find a different way, but basically she's observing, and one day you will know her decisions. She has the right to not choose you. You have to understand. You have the right to get to know her better and not choose you as well. But what she's not going to do is to overwhelm, pursue you, being consistently in your messages, interrupting your work. Feminine women may not be as they may not have the men's drive, but usually they have some passions in their life. Usually they're very creative, and they are never bored. They don't sit there eating ice cream and watching this TV series. They probably don't even have TV, because when they have time, they use it for self-care. They use it to recharge themselves. They use it to do things that would be beneficial to them. Because being feminine is being naturally smart. That doesn't necessarily come from the intellect, somewhat from intellect, but it doesn't come from the books, or from modern go go go, more harder, achieve more, you need more money, get higher, get better position. Femininity is more of going into depths, knowing when to recharge, when to learn something new, when to put your creativity to work, when to switch off your phone, when to ignore the entire world so you can recharge, so you can keep giving to those people you love. Or even some feminine women do have careers, but they are still feminine. They do not let themselves burn. Because let me tell you this, no exhausted woman can be nurturing or inspiring. Exhausted, unfortunately, I've seen many exhausted women, and have some experience of my own. In that stage, when you're exhausted, and um, when you don't have any energy left, you cannot be an inspiration for your husband, for your children, or for anybody around you. Women who scream and yell and who are always in a bad mood, the reason they are this way is that they keep sacrificing, they keep saying, oh, I'll do it myself, get out of my way. Well, if I want to get it done right, I should do it myself. And let me tell you, it's very tempting, because a lot of times men are trying to help us, and we're like, oh no, I'll do it myself. And it's a trap for many, um a very bad one, because when you do it yourself, first of all, you teach your man to not participate. Next time he will not offer, and you're gonna be upset. But also you sign in for more and more and more responsibilities and things, and then eventually you're gonna be so angry and frustrated, and definitely not nurturing once again. So one of the things that also define a feminine woman is that she trusts and she lets go of control. She doesn't have a need to control every single thing. She doesn't have a need to control the entire household, the entire office, or whatever else she's doing. When she has people to delegate certain things, and that shows her strength, because control is actually very weak. Being controlling feeling it means that you're all tightened up, you don't trust nobody, nobody can do a good job, it's only you in the entire universe. And when you're so obsessed about having that controlling power, it just means you don't trust anybody and you are tightened up, you're in this masculine energy, and you can't control everything all the time. When you don't let somebody to delegate, that shows your weakness, that shows that you cannot trust. We have the saying in Russia and Ukraine that I prefer, no, I can do, as a woman, I can do everything myself, but I choose not to. Once again, as a woman, I can do most of the things myself, but I prefer not to. In this world of modern feminism, women are consistently taught to compete, to show, to prove, and do these things. But they do not tell the price of feminism and how much it hurts women when they are overwork, overdo. Sometimes in life you have those moments, when you have something going on in your career, something going on with your children. I mean, you have moments in life when you are just like, oh my god, what is that? And sometimes you have moments when there is nobody to help you. Of course you're gonna do it. But when you have people to help you and support you, if you're still trying to control everything, this is weak and very controlling and very repulsive and very masculine. So feminine women let other people help. That is very important. Hi, Jake. Let me see what you're saying. Jake is saying reciprocity is a gateway to symbiosis. Well, of course, yes. Um, yes, you do not owe each other. That is true. Thank you guys for sharing your thoughts. Thank you, Miss Jones. I appreciate that. Hello, Tom L. Hi, Veronica. I'm a newbie. I ask you about whether Ukrainian women are feminists or not because we watched videos about how feminist marches in Ukraine. Feminist marches in Ukraine. That is funny. How does average woman react in those cases? I'll make a separate video on that. This is just ridiculous. But to answer you in short, just ignore that BS. It's maybe like 1% that just got real bored during quarantine, do not know what to do, um, tired of being home. It's a very tiny percentage, like literally. Yeah, if the woman tells you if you dated her online and she ever tells you online when you never met her that she loves you, you know you're getting scammed, right? You know that is just definitely BS. Thank you, Jake. I'm better. That's good enough. Good enough to come and say hello. So let's see. I actually made notes. So that's means it's a serious topic. Um another sign of a very feminine classy woman is that she is appropriate. She understands the difference between going out on a date with you, what she wears, how she she's carrying herself, when you introduce her to people that are important to you, when she goes and meets your parents, she understands how to be appropriate. That's, I feel that it's a quite a big issue in the modern culture. Unfortunately, young women do not have many mentors. It's really horrifying because a lot of teenage girls are looking up to, you know, horrifying, scary, role models, like Cardi B. I'm gonna call the Cardi B type. They think it's cool. So imagine somebody who listens to the garbage and kind of trying to somewhat be like that, comes to the dinner with your parents. That's, I mean, so truly feminine and classy woman, she understands the importance of being appropriate. She's not going to come and, say inappropriate jokes. She may, it's we play different roles, right, in life. But she understands what's appropriate and what's not. She's not going to embarrass you afterwards. She will not embarrass you. She will probably compliment you sometime on public, and she will make you feel proud. She will understand the difference between going to a club, going to the beach, and going to see your parents. Once again, unfortunately, that is not heavily taught in these modern days, but this is something that we should always remember to be appropriate, because even the best attire, the best um, outfit is wrong. You don't wear a nightgown to the beach, right? So she knows how to be appropriate, and she also knows how to keep things to herself. She's not coming there to overshare or say some intimate details of your relationships. She doesn't post about it. Most people won't even know about you till you are engaged. She is not the one to prove something to somebody, to send, to overshare your pictures. She does not let many people in her private business. So, long story short, it's just very elegant way of living. That's what true femininity is. And it's not only when somebody looking. This is femininity, and elegance is something behind the closed doors. The person just lives. It doesn't affect her the hookup culture. She is not bothered by the man who trying to hit on her. Excuse me. She's not bothered by men who trying to hit on her. She's not worried about one night stands or anything like that. Why? Because she knows the power of the word no. She doesn't get triggered. She is not hating. She knows what she wants, and she's going for it. When I watch sometimes some men's channel and they really show, the women and how, low their standards are. My thought is always, okay, these women have low standards, but what makes you to entertain them? Just because that somebody with low class coming out at you, if you entertain, doesn't mean you should entertain them. And if you entertain them, what does it say about you? Right? What does it say about you? We can point fingers at each other forever, but truly feminine women are not bothered by modern uh, approach, and they just ignore most of this, and they are waiting for what they need and want. They're very selective. They're taking their time. And that leads me to another point. They are not jumping into intimate relationships with you. They are not even considering any ridiculous standards. Or you should do this by this time, you should do that by that time. They don't care about it. Before they're truly sure about you, they are not going to get on that level. It may or it may never happen at all if they decide you're not for them. Because once again, they get into relationships or in getting to know you, dating stages, with a purpose. They're not just killing time. They know what they want. They have certain values, and they're not going to be in those stories. They're not going to be getting drunk. They're not going to be bragging about how many men they slept with, because they know what they want, and they have patience to observe and go for what they truly want. Feminine women never running out of options. That's another thing, the entire manosphere tells you, oh my gosh, at this age, you need to rush in. And in this age, if you're not married, it's over for you. And I can tell you that it's not true. Feminine women are always in demand. Does not matter how old they are, what ethnicity or cultures they belong to, whether they have or have not had kids. Feminine women have the power. They basically draw everybody in, men and women and children. They have this particular allure about them that they are always in high demand. Always, always, always. Way too deep, uh, late years in their life. So that's another aspect. Let's see what I did not mention yet. Okay, I'm almost completed. Well, another thing that is very applaud here, a lot of ladies call themselves strong. And as I mentioned earlier, we feminine women let men help them, even if they don't need help. They will still accept help because they want men to feel needed, and they are enjoying. I can open my own door, but I prefer when the door is opened for me, right? I'm capable to open my own door, but when the door is opened for me, that makes me feel wonderful. So they let the man help, and they show that they have place for him, right? But what they do not do, they do not really call themselves, I'm a strong woman, I can do this, I don't need you, I don't need man. They never say that they do not need men, and then they do not call themselves a strong woman because they don't want to be. They are strong in their core, of course, but they do not want to be seen by men as strong. They don't want men to count on them, to be like a working horse or to be, a bull. I don't know, anybody else like that. They do not want that. They do not have a desire to, oh yeah, look, she's a strong woman. um Women in Eastern Europe and other, Slavic countries, and probably some more cultures around the world, don't ever even bring that up. They don't want to be seen as strong. They don't want to be leading with the, I'm stronger than you, I don't need this, I can do this. She just does what she needs to do, but she's not beating herself and trying to say, hey, I don't need you, I don't need man. Well, it would be nice, but it's just ridiculous. So they're not trying to lead with their strengths. They do not waste their energy on the things that are not beneficial to them. So that's how you know you're dating a feminine woman. She's very selective. She knows where to switch off and take your own time. She's not leading your relationship. She is not pursuing you. She's not calling you. She does not tell you about how much she loves you and she can't live without you. She's not gonna be doing this stuff. Um, she is qualifying you and observing you, and you have to understand that she may or may not want to be with you further, which same applies to you. She's not rushing into things. She lets things to unfold, and she goes from there. But that is good for you too, because anybody who is trying to use your emotions and force you and ask you and blackmail you, that is wrong. She likes seeing your initiative and she enjoys that. She like when initiative is taken and she can just relax and enjoy the ride rather than trying to. The main problem right now in the modern society was masculine, making, trying to make women masculine and compete. It teaches women to compete for men, and this is one thing that feminine women will never do. If she meets a guy that she really likes, but he is not into her, she will pass. She may have a few tears, but she will pass. She also not gonna be obsessed about the app guy and the guy with a cool car. She wants the man that is into accordance with her standards, but that wants her. That is her very important point. That he wants him to want her more. Then she can relax and she can grow in love with him. It takes time. Of course, she wants to be attracted, she cannot be repulsed by this person, right? By this man. But she wants to take her time to get to know him. She wants to make sure, though, that she wants to feel his interest, his desire, his passion, and his patience at the same time. She's not going to be competing and pursuing. This is also very interesting because some of the men's channels so-called talk about that women need to be competing. I don't think that men would want to have to be with a woman that competed, that just was walking around. Let's say he got something, maybe he's famous or rich or just like a well-known person, well established. I don't think there is any man that would like the woman to like run track for him and just elbow push everybody, like, yes, I got you. I think you can, as a woman, you can only compete with yourself yesterday. If you want to get better manners, if you want to get, I don't know, learn another language so your dating pool is wider, if you want to learn how to become more attractive, and or learn anything else that is lacking, you can compete with you. But the moment the woman is starting to compete for a man, his interest, even, and guys, tell me if I'm wrong, his interest from here goes dropping right to there because he doesn't understand why she needs to compete, right? And sometimes, guys, we also fall in love, and sometimes when we have this obsession or infatuation, we could have for a moment this obsession. Oh my god, I need to call him, I need to check on him, I need to do this, I need to do that, or be jealous of other women. But this never ends well. So I don't know one time when it ever ended well. And women who made these mistakes, at least every woman made it at least once or twice. If she is smart, she learned that that's not her role to compete, because it's same as when you hunt in deer will be competing and try to catch your bullet. Hey, oh, I see hunter, let's run closer, let's be noticeable, let's see who first catch the bullet. That would be kind of against the nature. So that's pretty common sense. But right now in this modern world, women are taught to compete and hit on guys. That is the most awkward thing. A lot of young women who are dating, who are starting their life in their late teens and early 20s, they're looking for hot guys, and they're trying to compete for them and go for them and try to get their attention, which is really awkward. And it's always leads to a broken heart, because still man is the leader in the relationships, and when he's less interested, that's a path to a broken heart for a girl. So that's what I want to share with you guys, and thank you, Angela, for your video request. So this is how you can tell whether you are a feminine woman, and this is how you can tell whether you are dating a truly feminine woman, or she is pretending, because there is a lot of focus on your appearance and hair and lips and how you look like, but nobody talks enough about internal, very into depth thing. I mean, maybe somebody is talking, maybe do not watch as much content, but femininity is a state of mind, and it makes women's life very easy, and it removes the pressure. Women should not have pressure and schedule and do these things. It's really very masculine attributes, and all the women who are in very high stress careers, look at them, compares them physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, when they are, let's say, 35, 30, 35, 40 years old, and compared to a woman that lives a happy life and she works at her pace and she enjoys what she's doing. And this is going to be a completely different women. Some of them who are society would call successful because they are a lawyer, or maybe they have some big business or some high career path. Society would say, oh, she's very successful, but very often women who are publicly mm, successful inside of their home or inside of their life, they are very lonely, they are exhausted, they are very unhappy, because that competing takes too much energy and no energy left to build something sweet and cozy. And so they age a lot faster compared to women that are embracing their femininity and doing and enjoying themselves in their more natural environment. They don't run themselves dry. They don't run themselves to the ground. So, what do you guys think? You guys are still here. You're all so quiet. Thank you, Leo. Leo, I'm gonna disappoint you. I didn't get all elegant for you guys. I had a photo shoot today. But I also dress up every day. That's another feature of feminine women. I just want to say this. We do not dress to impress somebody. We are not dressing, oh, I have this, I need to get dressed up. No. Sorry to to burst your bubble and to disappoint you, but we dress up every single day. If you guys been following the channel during the pandemic, you've seen that morning, afternoon, or night, we are always put together over here. It doesn't matter that you cannot go, or there is no events or restaurants are closed. That's another sign I completely forgot about. Thank you for reminding me, Leo, about feminine women. We are always put together. Always. 95%. Other 5% is for when you're really sick or you're taking a break and just, going to spa and, relaxing and having, a completely natural day. By put together, I don't mean, some crazy, outlandish, makeup or extravagant. But if you watch, Leo, I think you're new, because if you watch my channel, you know that is my casual look. But thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. But truly feminine women do not take care of themselves to impress somebody. They do not take care of themselves to because they are going somewhere. They take care of themselves because they are enjoying taking care of themselves, because that makes them feel better. My business is ran from my home, and was in this crazy time, that was the best decision I've ever taken in my life. Because honestly, I have been so blessed, and I feel for women that had to go to work and submit to a boss while having, their mask on their face and breathing. I mean, this is exactly why we need protection from our men, that they would not allow us to go and be suffocate in this ridiculousness. I know a lot of my men are missing my, more men oriented content. I am considering to do a video on Dr. Falsey and all his that he had put us through, and all the evidence that come out about their lives and how we all had suffered this year for no reason. And this is when I make videos, political videos, or videos about what's going on in society. You can see a lot of masculine trends are coming out. You can see the passion and the spark, and you can feel almost this masculine man energy coming out to you from me. But all of both of us all of us have both sides. The trait of feminine woman is that she can be very feminine, she can be very well oriented, she may know and understand a lot of complex issues, and she can be very driven, but she can, lead many people, she can do a lot of things. But when she comes home, she is not to lead over there. That's it. Even if your position happened to be, you know higher, what they call in society, even if she runs a bigger business, even if she is a political person, let's say she has a political show, when she comes home, she take, when she enters the door, she takes that hat and she put a hat of femininity and relaxation. It's some some of the women are truly just naturally very eloquent. They can do their own research, make their own mind, they can stand for things, they're not shy to, yes, they refuse to live in fear. Exactly, Jerry. Yes. And they can state their opinions, they can even fight, or not fight, but they can be very strong about their opinions. But once again, this is sometimes when life requires that. But when they come home or they are with you, they take a deep breath and they take that off and they just relax. They change the hat. So I'm so tempted to make a video about Dr. Falsey falsifications. I do not follow too much of political stuff lately, but it's unbelievable that his emails had shown exactly what I've been telling y'all, and many of us had known that that was complete and utter shit. But this is for my, I know a lot of my, I get sometimes email from my man followers, they really want to talk about the events and such, and that channel is still Ukrainian perspective. We talk about everything. So feminine women can be also interested in history and politics and um things that going on. They will share their opinion, sometimes strongly, but that will be done in a classy manner. Maybe very strong, maybe very passionate, but very classy manner. Um, yes. So if you are in for me to make a video discussion on Dr. Falsey, let me know. Yeah. Why did I mention Dr. Falsey? Yeah, because of everything that's been going on, and I was just saying that, if you're the man that can take care of your woman, she doesn't have to go to work, she doesn't have to breathe, or not be able to breathe, even not even being able to breathe while working. Give yourself a prop. You're doing something right in this life. When you give a woman a choice, you're doing something right. When you give her a choice, oh, you are more feminine, you feel like staying with the kids right now, great. You want to go to work, a lot of feminine women also have a lot of drive. They love creating. They sometimes align with their work and they're very passionate about it. So it's important to have that self-expression, but sometimes she needs to know that you support her at that. You know, that you support her at those things, at her um, pursuits and endeavors. And, you know, once again, you can be very successful and driven. And with a man who exude masculinity, you're going to be very gentle and feminine. Women wear a lot of hats, and feminine women can be very intellectual and they may be deep in knowledge, but they will only share their deeper insights when it is appropriate. Um, yeah, Jake is saying I would like a political video on what's going on the eastern borders of Ukraine too. Well, that is such a painful video for me to make, and honestly, I am not there right now, so I know better what's going on here unless I talk, you know, with my family and watch some of the news. But you know how news are. Let's see. Yes, I would absolutely like to share some thoughts on Dr. Fauci, but for me, it's nothing shocking. We all knew about Dr. Fauci right away. It was so obvious, you know. I feel so terrible for people who had to suffer during this time, for people who had to cancel very important events, for kids who could not graduate, for kids who could not, young people that could not have their um, graduation, their prom. It was so heartbreaking to see that. It's just what they had done to us in this year just shows you. It shows you something. It shows you what how they can politicize any event, and hungry power people can try to make you a slave of their decisions. It just really, for me, it's not enough for him being fired. He really needs to be held responsible for everything he had done, for things he had funded, and for experiments that he safely decided to run in China and all of that, and us paying for it with lives. First of all, with people's lives, with people's losses, with losses of loved ones, of businesses, of freedom, of people suffocating themselves for a year. I mean, when he will pay for it? This is just so extremely one-sided, and it's just so, it's unacceptable. And he will have to pay the price. I do not understand how you can have all this evidence about him contradicting about everything he forced on us in his own emails and try to make it into a joke. But this is for another video, guys. I'm very passionate about these aspects, so please do not get me started. I can make a video on Feminism March, but guys, those of you who has been watching me for a while, um, Feminist March in Ukraine is pretty much um, people putting on the show. That's it. Most, I would say 90%, 80-90% of Slavic women are very traditional and very conservative, and some people just have too much time on their hands and they had nothing to do. That's long story short. Here is the video. So, but I will consider that. I will consider that when I have some time. because I can only come once in a while to do a live show, as it requires me, not every day, but it's always um, a great opportunity to connect. Thank you, Bill. Thanks so much. Welcome, and thank you for posting. Could you please post my Patreon and my email? If somebody wants to request a topic or share your story, please do so to my email. Um, Tom is saying, indeed, femininity and expressing your point of view are perfectly compatible. I've heard the same about your Polish neighbors. It's true. We grew up. A lot of women are interested in events and political events. Social um, movements and things that's going on, but together with being passionate about these things, they are still feminine, and they do not want to overpower their man. In the conversations, they can get passionate, but they will let their men speak. And even if they are disagreeing with him, they will still listen. And I would say it is very important to have very similar values and political values too, but also political, yes, beliefs in general, because man, I mean, it is important. I'm not gonna say, oh, femininity will fix it. No, it's not. Because if you take an extra ultra liberal and ultra conservative, it's gonna be a day in hell. I'm telling you that for sure. Unless one of them will be pretending, it will be a day in hell. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sandy, aren't you supposed to be living your best life? What are you doing if you can't stand women? What are you doing on a feminine women's channel? Aren't you supposed to go your own way? I can help you. And if there's anybody who's a chameleon, it's you. I'm allowed to listen to any content I want and cherry pick things that I like and ignore or switch off things that I do not like. And as a true lady, I'm going to help you on your way out. Let's help this young man to live his best life. So, bye. I just love when men who go in their own way are stopping by on their way to somewhere to try to put some negativity. You're not even supposed to be here. I like men. I like a lot of things in the manosphere are very logical and interesting. I also try to understand the other side. And I was also always curious about men's struggles and to be better at what I'm doing. So I'm not going my own way. I'm going where the hell I want to go. Yes, you can ask questions by my email. Also, if you guys want to request a topic or you want to support the channel, oh, by the way, I want to thank for the cash apps. Angela, again, thank you so very much, and George and David. Thank you guys so much for your cash app. There was no video request, so I'm just saying thank you. And also, Bill, thank you for some extra little cash apps. Messages. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. So yeah, but if you want to ask a question, you can definitely write to consultveronica@gmail.com. You can also join my Patreon, and on Patreon, that's the only platform where I respond my messages, because as a feminine woman, I try to limit my time on social media as much as possible. And you guys have to understand there is only 24 hours in a day. A lot of this time you spend working, creating, taking care of things, and you spend time with your family. And you, with your channel or with your, when your social activities are growing, you know more and more people, but time in the day stays the same. So you have to sometimes, as a woman, you have to preserve yourself and spend only that much time on social media, because I don't want to be, I want to make sure I do what I preach. So please never take it personally when I do not respond to you. I respect your time. But for my subscribers, for my true supporters, you can reach out to me on patreon.com. It has a messaging system. If you, I think it's only available if you are part of the community, but it's real easy and I see notifications quite often. I don't add people on Messenger or Viber. Unfortunately, a lot of people do not have much boundaries and they would call me and bombard me with messages. Which is, guys, that's something also very important. When you're pursuing somebody or you're trying to make sure somebody gives you an attention, you, if it's a professional way, you have to pay your way forward. You have to order a service or send support and then request. If it's a personal relationship, you put a request and you give the person space to respond to you. um I cannot understand how some man can come to a mature age, you know, and keep writing and writing and writing and writing, um, without giving the person space. Don't ever do that. The more you write, the less chances to get a reply you will have. So that's all I can tell you. Be respectful of other people's spaces. It is very, very important. If somebody do not respect you, I hate to disappoint you, but you are not the center of the universe. I have respect. Some, you know, you can take it personally, but a lot of times when I switch off my phone, I do my thing. I can get sometimes like a, I can record this when I put my phone on. It's about to blow up. That's why I do not add anybody once again, unless it's an established person that I already know. So the way to ask a question and connect is through Patreon. You can also send me an email, consultveronica@gmail.com. Oh my god, this is so good. All right, guys, give me some questions. Give me some questions. Let's bring this up to life. By the way, I'm working on some technical things to adapt to the live chats, but it's a work in progress. So I hope you are enjoying this. Michael K. I use Ukraine Brides Agency website. Ladies often refuse giving Skype through the agency. Is it because they are being paid to chat? Yes, most likely. It's not quite on the topic of this video, Michael. You can watch some of my videos, or you can request a consultation service through my email or Cash App. My Cash App is $ Veronica Olsen 777 3 7s, or you can just send me an email to consultveronica@gmail.com. I can't really go into depths, but you are not far from the truth. And this is a problem because it's very hard to define when somebody is into you or are they there because they're getting paid, right? But sometimes you do meet genuine women. It's just the agency basically holds them by the neck. It's really insane. So I can help you. It's usually Wednesday or Friday when I can talk. But you can also, you don't have to do that. You can also go to my videos and find the Ukrainian ladies playlist, and you can learn how this all works. So you can make your own research if you have time. You can answer your question. Let's see. Oh my God, Leo. Leo saying, I heard people were passing out while driving wearing their masks because of lack of oxygen. Well, we were not supposed to bring to breathe CO2 in our own, germs and bacteria. And when you're working out and your heart is beating but you don't get the air. I mean, a lot of awful things were happening. I hope they will stop this bullshit because I'm so grateful to not have to suffer much from this in many ways because of the decisions and the way I live my life. But I feel for the people so much. People that had to go to work every day, not be able to breathe, passing out in their cars, the kids playing sports in masks. Honestly, that would be up to me. They make kids playing sports in masks and wearing masks in school. Man, oh, if that would be up to me, I would hold those people accountable. There are children that needs to put a mask down for a second to catch their breath, and they get yelled at, and it's absolute nightmare. So yeah. So if you guys want to have a passionate discussion, on masculine topics and talk about, Dr. Falsey, that would be fun. I truly enjoyed. I want to share something personal about me. I grew up spending a lot of time with my dad. We watched a lot of political shows since I was 6 years old. So I'm very passionate. I love politics. I like analyzing, making my own mind about things. And the Dr. Fossey scandal came at no surprise. We all remember what he had done in the beginning, and he contradicted himself so many times. It's just a circus. It's a complete circus, but um, I'm glad it's coming to an end, even though they try to make more drama. But we're gonna use our own mind, and this year really showed us the power of critical thinking, how important it is to make your own mind. I'll never forget all this abuse, once in a while when I go to public places, how people told me to go back to my country, how people were mean and rude to me and telling me horrible things. But I knew it was a lie from the day one. And you guys know because I talked on this channel uh, last November, I think, and last summer about all of this. I'm not making this up. I did not believe in it. I did not support it. I was, kind of reaching out to all of us who have our own brain. So it was kind of, we were ranting together about this all insanity. So it came to me at no surprise. I truly hope that Dr. Fossey will go to jail for the things he had done, for the risks he put people at, or for the risks he says in one of his posts. He said that it's more important to try these experiments than the risk of people getting this. I mean, this is just like, it's unbelievable. It's just mind-blowing. It's always nice to be an experiment. They were trying to see whether we're gonna get whether human can get these viruses. I hope he is satisfied with the result, and we are very grateful that he funded that research with our tax money to kill our own people. I mean, this is just insane. This is where I lose my human face when this stuff comes out. It's absolutely ridiculous. So maybe I don't need to make a falsy video now. Jake is saying the New York Times had a headline something like critical thinking, as we are taught, is not helping on the war on disinformation. No, it actually does help because we put facts together and we analyze. It helps a lot. It doesn't help them to push their agenda and make us to buy in things they want us to buy. Um, them and all the other tech giants and powerful pharma companies, yeah, they don't want us to think, and they want us to control each other. That so much reminds me of Soviet times when people were controlling each other and trying to uh, overpower each other. That is just so absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. Well, I hope they are enjoying uh, reading False's emails. I actually found them on they are posted online publicly. So very interesting. Somebody who was recommending something that he did not believe on. So or believe in. Very interesting. Thank you, Dr. Falsey, for ruining millions, hundreds of thousands of lives, using our money, crashing our economy, ruining young people's lives with all the events, hurting people, not letting them to see their loved ones, letting people die alone, graduations, proms that did not happen, and everything else that had happened. I truly hope that you will be held accountable for the damage you had done. Oh Lord. Yeah, it's really interesting because in the United States, conspiracy theory is usually just the truth. It's not. We did not believe in this whole mask and vaccination to begin with, and now it's a conspiracy theory. And now when his emails get revealed, it's just the truth. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's the truth. So I'm learning that in the United States, conspiracy theory is just the truth that is heavily suppressed and paid to never come out. But think about it. Think what this year done to you and many other innocent people. It's absolutely horrible. I truly hope that he will rot in jail somewhere. Man, this is where masculine power coming on. This is my dad's message right here. I do not really follow a lot of music right now, especially modern music, but I'll check it out. Thank you, Tom. Yeah, I know. Michael Case says, I was just thinking that we now know that what critical thinkers in Soviet Union felt when they heard the state propaganda. Just shaking their head and knowing we knew that all along. Exactly. Exactly. That's just unbelievable that they could just use their power to hurt people so deeply and bring so much damage and crush our economy and crush our lives and plans and sports, and I mean the list goes on. But the most awful is that so many people had died alone. So many people had died in the hospital without seeing their loved ones. So many people were abused and hurt. I mean, the list goes on. I truly hope he will rot in jail somewhere. That's the other side of femininity, You tell how it is, but you still remain feminine. Yeah. So anyway, my dear friends, I guess the Dr. Fossey video is already here. But honestly, if you have time, do some research. There is a lot of documents. The emails are posted. Some of them you can find on tatumreport.com. It's Brandon Tatum website. I love Brandon Tatum, by the way. So it's Tatum TATUM reports.com. You can see those emails and make your own mind. But I'm tired of being lied to and all this, all this BS. Yeah, I know. Some people worldview is really hard to fathom. Bill Gates, Falsey, and Zuckerberg come to mind. Yeah, I mean they decided all of this stuff. They had planned for it, and they have their interest in it. And man, the things are unfolding and things are getting revealed. It's gonna be interesting to see how this all unfolds. But um, I don't want to make it a negative conversation. I just think I want to hear what people have to say, of what experiences they had, and so on. So yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, I call him Falsey because he gives false information. I know his how to read his name, but in my world he called Falsey. I was calling him Dr. Falsey to begin with. I don't know if he's even a doctor for real because I'm not a doctor, but I know that breathing CO2 and your own bacteria does not help you. I've learned that in school, regular school, not a doctor's school. But apparently, I do not know what to believe anymore. So I'm sorry, but his name is Falsey. I wish I could do the Southern accent, Dr. Falsey. So tired of this indoctrination. So tired of this BS. You know, we talk about freedom, but we cannot breathe. We are not allowed to breathe anymore. These people are a joke. I feel so sorry for them. And just last thing I'm gonna mention. Some of you watched my stream when I talked about um occasionally, people come in. I'm sure you had experiences too. I've been harassed so many times for the mask, and people tell you how to breathe and how you're harmful to society, and that somebody told me that because of people like me, America is becoming a horrible place. Just that I need to go back to my country. And this is supposed to be, people of acceptance, love, and democracy. They're supposed to be anti-racist, but they told me to go back to my country because I refuse to live in fear. So I had another Dr. Falsey coming to me at the airport when I was in Orlando and telling me what I need to do, how I need to wear my mask. And I told you guys, I told her, ma'am, I refuse to live in fear. When you go to a public place, you are risking your life no matter what. So there is, if you want to keep your ass safe, stay there. If you want to have fun or you want to do anything in life, you are going to risk. And that just was so I can't explain it. It was just so weird to see the this spread of virus of the fear that everybody should be fearful all the time. You have to be anxious and scared and fearful. The thing is, you cannot stay safe. If somebody let you know that, oh, you put a mask, you're gonna be safe. We all know better than that. We know we're gonna have losses, we're gonna have bruises, we're gonna lose people, we're gonna get sick, we're gonna lose, we're gonna fail, we're gonna get hurt, we're gonna do it all over again. This is part of life. What does it mean to be safe? It's being inside of the building and shaking in your bed. Do you know how many people got depressed and suicidal this year? Do you know that things are going on around the world right now and people are getting killed for just expressing their opinion? And you're trying to tell me here that justify wearing mask, they're trying to give you an idea of safety. But I'm here to tell you that safety does not exist. Every day when you get up from your bed, you're going to shower, you risk. Every day when you do not get up from your bed, you also risk. If you do not get up from your bed, you risk to ruin your life and get into depression. If you get out of your bed, you're gonna face challenges, you're gonna get hurt. But you also may get uplifted. You may meet somebody who will change your life. You may meet somebody who will try to harm you. But this is a part of life. Stay safe is the most idiotic thing I hear. We all assume in risk once we leave the house, but even at the house, when you're doing things, you have to realize that life does not exist without risk. Life itself is a risk. When the woman gives birth to a child, it's a risk. She may die. You know how many, women used to die before we have all this technology when they give birth? How many children used to die? Every single thing you do in life is a risk. So don't be this. Oh, I'm just speechless. But the worst part of this all, once again, was when I would go, I'm sure you guys have this experience. You go somewhere and people tell you, and they tell you what you need to do, how you need to do it, and they will instill fear and guilt. I forgot about guilt. They will instill fear. Oh my God, you don't realize. Oh my God, put this on. This mask will solve all of your problems, It make you being fearful and scared, and also guilty. You threatening my life, you hurting me. They completely forgot about my body, my choice. But you may kill somebody. Well, so is with my body, my choice. You definitely killing an innocent life. So, man, I'm fed up with this complete and utter bullshit, my dear friends. With this very soothing and feminine expression, I wish you a very good night. And I will see you very soon. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thank you for joining. It's a privilege for me to connect with you. If you have a minute to comment about something that you've learned, something you want to share, it's a live stream, so we talk about everything we want to talk. So don't judge me harshly, but if you don't enjoy it, there is always the door is always open to live. Please don't force yourself. Those of you who are going their own way, keep going. We are not holding you. Enjoy your life, and don't try to convince us that somehow we need to drop everything we are doing and give you some attention. Go enjoy your life if you're having so much fun. Don't try to convince us about your choices. So, with that being said, thank you so very much for everybody to join, and have a wonderful night or morning if you are somewhere in Europe. Good night, everybody. Y'all lucky I had a nap today. Bye. Good night, everyone.